Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this awesome, scary bat cave. Literally a bat cave. So I actually got a few requests to make this, believe it or not. This isn't one just straight from my head, although I wish it was. After I made my creeper house, it got suggested to me that I should make a literal bat cave, so that's what I've done. So here we have the face of a bat. And you'll see this is very scary, but if you look into his mouth, there's two doors. We open those, and you'll find that if we walk into this cave, we have a lot of room. Inside the actual bat's head, we have a couple of quick beds, just in case we need to sleep, a double chest. If we look to the left, we have a very impressive looking room with an enchanting library. We have a little bit of indoor farmage going on. I'm a massive fan of the green, you guys know I am. On the opposite end of the house, we have, again, sort of some utilities, a little bit of a farm going on. We have some armor. We have all sorts. And this is the bat cave. It's actually pretty cool, and I hope that you guys like it as well. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's a bat cave, a bat's head, with a cave inside of it. And I'll show you how to make it. If you enjoyed this video, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. If you do enjoy the content, please do hit that like. Consider subscribing to the channel. Click the little bell if you do. And comment down below and let me know what other ridiculous houses you want to see in the future. But without any further ado, let me show you how to make this thing. So, if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some black concrete, some brown concrete, red concrete, white concrete, oak doors, oak wood planks, black stained glass, some stone, and some oak wood slabs. These are the main materials that we're going to need, but I'll tell you what, an idea might also be to grab some potion of night vision. We'll get that in a little bit though. So once you have all of this stuff, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, and by the way, just to let you know, the bat house is best made on a cliffside. So an area like this is great, unless you want to manually make a cave behind it, then that's completely up to you. But make it in front of a hill, a cliff, it doesn't even have to be that high and you'll be better off. So I'm going to start off making it about here, it doesn't have to be right in the cliff, and I'm going to start off with a row of 3 brown concrete coming directly up from the ground. That's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to place a white concrete on top, then place 2 additional brown concrete on top of that. 1, 2. We're then going to go right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go down 1 with the brown concrete, 1 with the white concrete, and then we're going to go down by 3 with the brown concrete to connect to the ground, like this. And I'm just going to have to destroy that grass block and the one inside of it. Then I want to place, coming inwards from the 2 white concrete, I want to place red concretes. I want to connect them together using brown concrete. I want to place a row of brown concrete underneath the eyes, like this. So I just want to place brown concrete underneath what I've just made. I want to place a white concrete underneath the corners of what I've just made. So parallel to the red, leaving 1 block's gap, we want to have the whites. And we want to knock out the blocks inside of the mouth. So if you have any grass blocks or what have you, just knock them out. Because what we now want to do is we want to 1 block inwards in relation to the white concrete. We want to have doors like this. So they just want to be like right here next to the white concrete. And we want to place black concrete around the doors like this. So the effect that we're actually looking for should look very similar to this from the outside. We also have to fill the bat's forehead in, like this. And we also have to connect the bat's face to the actual cliff. So just use your brown concrete to connect the outer blocks of the bat's head to the cliff itself. As far back as it has to go, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to connect. You just want to place your brown concrete, like that. We then want to choose a spot on the head, so on the top left hand side of the head, say how many blocks, like 3 blocks in, so the top left hand side of the head we want to come 1 block in, 2, 3, and we want to place 3 black concrete coming upwards, 1, 2, and 3, and we want the same on the opposite side, 1, 2, and 3, there you go, like this. From that, we want to place a brown concrete coming upwards and outwards from the top of the black concrete. We want to place a brown coming upwards and outwards. We want to do a bottom right diagonal from that brown to connect to the top center part of the head like this. So one row in front, one row outwards. You want to have the row of brown, and you also want to do an outward diagonal from the top brown concrete, and we want to extend that diagonal down by 1, 2, 3 and 4 like this. So it wants to come as far down as that, and if we do another bottom diagonal, and then we want to do 1, 2, 3 and 4, so just above the bat's eyes like this. And you can see that's a pretty scary looking house already, right? Well, let's dig into the hill a little bit. So to dig out the cave a little bit, you just have to open the doors, obviously. You might even want to get rid of them for a little bit. And we're just going to knock out a few blocks. So let's say that we're going to knock out maybe like 6 rows or so. So maybe like 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Guess what? We've got a cave here. That's actually perfect. So you guys might run into a similar situation, right? You might find that you've actually dug into like a cave system. You might think that that makes things a little bit complicated, but it actually doesn't in the slightest. We can still structure a build around this. So this one is, again, kind of making it even more difficult. This one has some water. This one has some water on the ground. I'm going to cover this up using stone, which is precisely why I bought it. By the way, I'm also going to grab a potion of night vision. That's a potion of regeneration, isn't it? So let's just chuck that. We don't need to regenerate. We're fine. We have Wolverine-like powers. And I'm just going to fill the base of the cave in using stone. Now, unfortunately, this isn't the ideal setting, but it's fine. And you can just kind of like turn this cave into a base if you want. You don't have to split it up like I'm about to. So now that we've kind of messed about with the area a little bit, we want to take the 2 black concrete blocks for the mouth, and we want to knock into the hillside next to them like this. And we want to take the grass or brown clay that is connected to the brown concrete, and we want to place a row of 6 brown concrete coming backwards. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 like this. And we want the same from the opposite side. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one will go there like that. And I'm just going to destroy some of the cave wall and up above me, and this is going to help me structure the rooms a little bit. And once again, if you don't want to have a room very structured, if you don't care, then just take the space that you have and just make it into what you want. We want to connect those 2 rows of 6 together at the back. So we want to connect those 2 rows of 6 together at the back. So we're forming now just like a nice solid room. You want to take the center of the room on the left hand side and on the right, and you want to knock into the side like this, forming a doorway. So this is going to form a doorway into each individual part of the cave like this. So that's that side. That's obviously that side. So let's choose this side, and I can show you what we're going to do. So I'm going to knock into this direction by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that. And I'm going to dig a few rows behind me. So maybe like, how many rows do you guys think is suitable? Maybe like 3 rows behind me would do. So I'm just going to dig 3 rows in this direction. And I'm going to see if I can do the same in front. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we can't dig that amount of rows in front. But that's okay, because I'll show you what we can do. So we might not be able to dig this many rows in front, but we can manipulate the area around us. So 3 rows in front would be 1, 2, and 3. So we'd actually want our base to be maybe about here or so. It might want to be about here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a stone wall like this that is just going to kind of like show where I want the edge of the base to be. So that's a stone wall where I kind of want the edge of the base to be. And I'm just going to add some more stone coming upwards like this. and I'm just going to connect it to the hillside. So making it look very, very natural, I want to build into the hillside like that, and that should actually give us a decent amount of room inside this base. And I'm just going to cover up any areas that I didn't really want to, fill in and use. And you see how we have this enclave in the front of the base? I want the same in the back, so the same 3 middle rows, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. I kind of want the same here as well, like that, right? That's kind of cool. Let's do the same on the opposite side. So on the opposite side, we want to knock in, so we've already knocked in 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. And I want to have knocked in 3 rows coming backwards, don't I? So, okay, so let's see. So that's 3 rows, right? Let me make sure that that's how many I did. I actually did 2. I knocked in 2 rows. So 1 and 2. So I'm going to create a wall here, because I think that that's enough space for my base. I don't want this thing to get out of control. So I have 2 rows going backwards, and I'm going to fill in the floor. And I want to have 2 rows going forward. So this is actually going to be 1 row that I'm knocking out, like this. And then 2 rows I'm going to be knocking out as well, just coming directly forwards, like that. And all I have to do is I just have to kind of like fill in any sort of gaps that I would naturally have. This side was a lot cleaner than this side, and you can see, you can't really even tell that anybody's even been here, like other than the bat. Other than the giant bat, you can't really tell that anybody's really been here. And we can just chuck our doors on here so we can access and leave the base like this. We can have a nice big ceiling for this bat part, or you can kind of like cover it up with stone and grass and stuff if you so choose. And we now have a chamber on the right, and on the left we want to have a chamber as well. So on the left we want to take the 3 middle rows. So okay, so you know what? I've actually got to build that out outwards like that. I've got to make that a little bit higher, like like that. There we go. So we want to have the 3 middle rows, which are these 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I want to have those knocked out on the front part and on the back, and those just create kind of like interesting little pockets of ways to customize the cave, like this. So now we have 2 big rooms, and we can do multiple things with these rooms, right? So let me show you. And first of all, I'm going to install a window in the cave. So where we have the front facing part of the cave, I'm going to take the middle blocks of the window, or of the row 3 that we've knocked inwards. I'm going to take the middle blocks and I'm going to replace them with glass. This will let in some natural light, and I want to do this on both sides. So it will just let in some natural light like this, like that. And it lets basically it's just light is what it is, and it's also a little bit of decoration. But I'll show you how to customize some of these areas. So like if you want to make like an enchanting library, like you might have saw at the start of the video, just basically throw around loads and loads of bookshelves like this. Just sloppily chuck around bookshelves. You might even find that you want to dig 1 row upwards in your cave. You might want to add an additional row in like just so that you're not kind of like hitting your head on everything. You might find that you just want to kind of just have an additional row of space inside your cave like this, and then that allows us to place some more books and stuff like here. And we can fix things later on, by the way, guys. We can fix stuff later on, like here and here maybe, and we can place like an enchanting table like here, kind of like in the ground, or maybe like here in the middle, and we can place like an ender chest in the center. That'd actually be pretty cool, kind of like here. And maybe we can even like dig some books into the walls, kind of like this. So you can like dig some books into the walls, maybe like that. That's kind of cool. And I kind of like the idea of having a little bit of light. So maybe like you want to dig maybe like a little bit of glowstone here and here. That's kind of cool as well. And maybe place some wooden trapdoors around them like this. And using oak fence in random places is kind of like a cool design thing as well. Like if you just kind of place them randomly like so. And if you want to just use maybe like a little bit of oak wood slabbage, maybe like here, maybe chuck one there, something like that. Or maybe you don't even want to use slabs, maybe you just want to kind of chuck maybe like some like a stone brick or something, stone brick slab, something like that. Maybe place something on the wall that's kind of cool. So maybe like above the end chest, maybe like an iron frame, bottle of enchanting. Those look kind of cool in a frame. Something like that would look kind of awesome. If you want to kind of highlight the enchanting table, you might want to maybe like use some red carpet and stuff around it. So maybe like this. Kind of use a little bit of red carpet around that. That's kind of awesome. And then, I mean, it's kind of up to you with what you want to do with the rest of the place. Like, I have farms in mind. So I kind of like having weird farms that you wouldn't see normally. So maybe some like, where's the Mycelium? There we go, Mycelium, I think it's pronounced. And some soul sand. And we can kind of, you know, have some weird farms in here that you probably wouldn't typically see otherwise, like this. Just place some wooden trapdoors around them. They don't have to go absolutely everywhere around like that. And then you can just kind of like casually grow some like mushrooms, which sounds a little wrong. Casually grow some mushrooms in here and some netherwort and stuff. It's kind of like it's kind of cool little design. And maybe like even chuck maybe like an oak fence with maybe like a torch here. And if you want to kind of like customize the inside of the cave a little bit, if you just dig out blocks every so often and replace them with either cobblestone or something like that, maybe even chuck maybe like a grass block in certain places. You know, you can get kind of like a nice cool effect. I mean, this is a really cool room. And to fix this, all you have to do is you just need a little bit of stone, and you can place some stone like anywhere that you have gaps, including the outside. Like if you just want just use stone, it doesn't necessarily have to be grass, and you can just place it like around it, like just like that. You can easily just fill in the gaps, and you'll just find that you can make really cool rooms if you don't focus that hard on making them perfect. If you just make them a little bit sloppy. So that's a cool design for a room. If you want more design tips and interesting ideas, then please check out the start of the video if you do want to see some like more awesome room designs. I just wanted to give you kind of like a very simple design that you could just have like a little enchanting library. I didn't really want to outfit all of the cave for you because I want you guys to kind of figure out like what you want to go in your survival cave. I don't want you to just blatantly copy my stuff. If you want, just turn your Batcave into your Batcave, not just mine. So that's just kind of like a cool room design, and I hope that you guys take that, and I hope that you manage to find some inspiration from it, and I hope that you make a really awesome Batcave. If you have enjoyed the tutorial, please do hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Honestly, I don't want it to seem as I'm like doing half a tutorial. I want you guys to do with the rest of the room what you guys want to do. Like if you want to have more inspiration, please do hit the start of the video, check out what I did for the original Batcave, and kind of like use that as inspiration, but again, make it your own. But if you did enjoy this tutorial, please do hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Comment down below, let me know what you want to see next. Would you like to see some more mob related houses? I don't know, you'll have to let me know. If you do enjoy the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And if you do enjoy the content, if you do want to see more stuff by me, please do check out the card system, check out the description below. That's the best place to go for my stuff. Check out the card system in the description below, and you'll be able to find loads of stuff that I've made that I'm sure you'll enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.